What if I told you that the very thing you're gripping so tightly is the very thing keeping you trapped? Take a moment before you dismiss that idea. Because one of the greatest sources of human suffering isn't what happens to us. It's our desperate attempt to control what was never ours to control in the first place. This simple realization transformed lives over 2,000 years ago. It shaped emperors, philosophers, and ordinary people facing extraordinary hardships. And today, in a world filled with constant uncertainty, it may be more relevant than ever. There was once a Roman slave named Epictetus. He was born into slavery. He possessed no wealth, no social status, and almost no freedom by society's standards. His master was notoriously cruel. According to tradition, during one act of abuse, his master twisted his leg until it broke. Epictetus calmly warned him, "If you continue, you will break it." The master ignored him. The bone snapped, and Epictetus simply replied, "Didn't I tell you it would?" That response wasn't indifference. It wasn't weakness. It was the product of a mind that had discovered something almost impossible to steal. Even when everything external had been taken from him, there remained one place no tyrant could reach: his own judgment. Years later, after gaining his freedom, Epictetus became one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers. Students traveled great distances to hear him speak, not because he had conquered nations or accumulated riches, but because he had mastered something infinitely more valuable: himself. His philosophy rested on one profound truth. Some things are within our control. Some things are not. At first glance, that sounds almost too simple. But if you truly understand it, it changes the way you experience every moment of your life. Think about everything that consumes your thoughts. Your reputation. What other people think of you. Whether someone appreciates your efforts. The mistakes you made years ago. The economy. Politics. The weather. The behavior of your coworkers. Whether people keep their promises. Even the final outcome of your hardest work. You can influence many of these things, but you cannot control them. And when we build our peace upon things we cannot control, we hand our emotional well-being over to chance. On the other hand, there are things that belong entirely to you. Your character, your choices, your values, your attention, your willingness to act with integrity, the meaning you assign to events, the way you respond when life becomes difficult. These remain yours under every circumstance. No person can steal them. No setback can destroy them. No amount of bad luck can take them away unless you surrender them yourself. Now ask yourself something honestly. Think about the last time you truly suffered. Not just experienced pain, but suffered. Was the suffering caused entirely by the event itself? Or did it come from your insistence that reality should have unfolded differently? A delayed flight becomes unbearable because you believe it shouldn't have happened. A harsh comment lingers for days because you believe people should always understand you. A failure becomes devastating because you convinced yourself success was the only acceptable outcome. The Stoics never claimed that pain isn't real. Loss hurts. Disappointment hurts. Grief hurts. But suffering often grows from the stories we attach to those experiences, from our resistance to accepting what already exists. We exhaust ourselves fighting reality after reality has already made its decision. Imagine trying to stop the tide with your bare hands. The ocean doesn't become weaker. You simply become exhausted. Now, imagine taking that same energy and using it to learn how to sail. The waves remain exactly the same, but your relationship to them changes completely. That is the essence of Stoicism. It is not about suppressing emotions. It is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about directing your energy where it can actually make a difference. So here's a practice you can begin today. The next time something frustrates you, a traffic jam, a rude comment, an unexpected bill, an email that instantly raises your stress level, don't react immediately. Pause. Take one slow breath. Then ask yourself one simple question. Is this within my control? If the answer is yes, then act. Not emotionally, not impulsively. Act calmly, deliberately, and with purpose. Take the phone call. Write the response. Fix the mistake. Have the difficult conversation. Do what can actually be done. But if the answer is no, release it. Not because you don't care. Not because you've given up. Release it because carrying it will not change it. Your energy is precious. Spend it where it has power. Because the only place your power has ever truly existed is here, in this moment, in this decision, in your response. There's an old image that beautifully captures this idea. Imagine trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. But open your hand, and the water rests peacefully in your palm. Life often works the same way. The harder we cling to certainty, control, and perfect outcomes, the more anxious we become. Paradoxically, peace arrives not when we finally control everything, but when we stop demanding that we do. So I'd like you to repeat these words, not just once, but whenever life begins to feel heavier than it needs to. I release what I cannot control. I master what I can. Say when you wake up. Say it before an important meeting. Say it after disappointing news. Say when fear begins telling you stories about tomorrow. These words are not a surrender to life. They are a declaration of freedom. Because true strength has never been about controlling the world. It has always been about mastering yourself. And that quiet inner mastery has outlasted kingdoms, survived wars, and inspired generations for more than 2,000 years. If these words resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you're ready to release today? Leave in the comments. I read every single one, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you're looking for more timeless wisdom that helps you navigate modern life with greater clarity, resilience, and peace, subscribe and join us. Because this isn't just a collection of ancient ideas. It's a lifelong journey toward becoming truly free.